Hello and welcome to The Sound Live. My name is Matthew. I am your host, and I have an incredible panel of the usuals. Toehider. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I want to just kind of go a little tiny bit deeper with this. Like, for my pick, like, I just love so much music. And, like, I'm thinking about who I've got coming on with me and what they like and, you know, what kind of mood I'm in right in this moment today. Like, what am I feeling like? Because, you know, it can really help to improve my day. If I'm feeling down, I put on kind of a sad song and we all talk about it, and then I feel better. If I'm feeling kind of happy or, you know, excited about something, I put on something. Well, you know, like, this song is just so cool because it's sort of kind of a little bit like, if you've been feeling a little bit like maybe conflicted or whatever, right? And I don't know, it sort of resonated with me, so I was like, well, I'll share this with you. But at the same time, it, at least for me, it just leaves me so uplifted. This conversation is over. You'll see what he's talking about. You could almost say that to me it's like spiritual, but I don't want you to kind of go too far with that. I mean, it's not like some kind of new agey weird, you know, thing that you might conjure in your imagination. It's more like the message behind it, I would say, to me, is spiritual.
I'm excited. I'm ready.
All right. And so, without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Toehider. This conversation is over. Official video. Here we go.
There's a hole in your heart, stop digging. Got a scab on your soul, quit picking. It's as easy as that. If you're feeling off track, just get back on track again. Look, you're a quite decent human being. There's just so much that you are not seeing. It's not hard to get, but you get so upset that your walls go up again. And this conversation is over. This conversation is done. This conversation is they're just emotions, they are not dictum. So enough with playing the goddamn victim. And despite your own view, hate to break it to you, but your feelings aren't correct. At one point you were an okay person. Why did you let your condition worsen and blame it on those that put that in your most, where you're at your lowest of your low? This conversation is over. This conversation is
exactly what I needed.
I know, that was cool.
I was inspired to look through the comments a little bit. I liked a lot of the message of the song. It was very conversational, and looking through the comments, something that got my attention, and then I was trying to see how much of the song was left, and then it was over. So I was reading about
the comments on Toehider's video.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so talking about like how the end of the song seems to change the context of the story of who is speaking to whom. And I liked that aspect of it. I started to get distracted by the mix. The part where it was heavy, it seemed the guitar was very, very mid-rangey and very abrasive, at least in my headphones. And I get the aesthetic of doing that. But then when he had the vocals after that, they seem to get really lost in the mix. And
that was kind of, I don't want to argue, but that was sort of the intention. Like,
well, yeah,
that's like
it made me lose some of the meaning of the story, because then I started to go,
it didn't matter what it was saying. That was symbolic of like his deepest, darkest thoughts that you don't even want to listen to anyway.
I get the artistic intent, but I'm saying that made me kind of forget the context, and that's what, like, as I was reading the comment, because I was curious, it's like, what, I was just curious to see some thoughts, and I was realizing, like, I kind of forgot what part of the beginning was, because that part got me so distracted. And I get that that's the artistic intent, but as a songwriter, do you want your song's artistic intent to forget the song itself? It's kind of, how meta do you want to get? It was a cool song, wonderfully done. I thought the mix, some of those choices on the mix was a little interesting to me,
quirky.
Yeah, but I get it. If you're in charge of your own music, you can make those artistic decisions and stuff. But you gotta be okay with someone going, I didn't get that same artistic impression that you were trying to deliver.
Yeah, on that one
which
part,
is
it was
cool.
almost like there's a hand over his mouth. It was kind of, and I think they put a dampening effect, some sort of a low pass filter or whatever to kind of do that.
When you're setting up a story and then you dampen part of the story. Imagine. Well, I guess it's like the last season of Game of Thrones. Like, hey, here's like one of the big culminating parts of the whole thing. Let's make the screen as dark as possible so no one can see anything. It's like, it's like right now, if all of us turned off our cameras and turned our volume really low and we're talking about the song, people might go, we get what they're doing artistically because that kind of matches a little bit about what the song is saying, but that might not be the best delivery vehicle,
All right.
I get it, it's cool.
To me, I agree with it because of the symbolism of it, but I can understand how you could not agree with that, and that's totally cool.
Yeah, I liked I thought that the genre mixing in that song was pretty fluid. That's something I noticed about it. Kind of started off sort of like, I want to say like it had some sort of 80s pop flavor to it in the beginning.
Oh, Queensryche.
Yeah,
maybe that was just my first impression, and then Queensryche?
Yeah.
Okay.
You think? Queensryche?
Yeah, I was getting strong Queensryche vibes at first.
Maybe.
We
should do some Queensryche on here.
Yeah, like
that'd be cool.
like maybe Rage for Order, if anybody knows what that album. That's before Operation Mindcrime. I can see that. Yeah.
Right on. I feel like that song should be a hit, dude. I really do.
Mindcrime is great, but
liked it.
back on. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to change at, I think, the 2 minute and 15-second mark, and the whole where it went. Well, I know it's prog, but what was the song was building up to, I didn't expect that proggy change to come.
Oh yeah, I know.
And it fit. I thought every bit fit together, but yeah, as far as the mix is concerned, I noticed it a little bit, but it was negligible in the context of the whole song, at least for me, but I'm listening to it on speakers, of course.
Well, we're talking about a two-man operation here, right? We have one person that does all the music, and that includes the engineering, And then we have another person that does all the video and art. And that includes all the engineering. So, we have an audio engineer and a visual engineer that teamed up to make this. And so we got to talk about the video, too. Come on. That's a cool video.
I know. I was going to bring that up. I loved the video going along with the music and stuff. And, whoever did the editing for that, wow.
My favorite part is when he puts text on the screen, singer showing off.
Yeah. That was cool.
And, somebody... Kyle made me want to look at the comments now, and somebody said, we need to tell our inner demons to shut the hell up. I agree, man. like that's kind of what he's saying. Like shut up. Like all this stress, anxiety, whatever, go away.
Did you ever have a mind monologue, we'll say? It's your inner monologue, and it kind of just goes downhill. And then all of a sudden, you notice yourself start to criticize yourself. Oh, I shouldn't think badly like this, or insert whatever it works for you, however it would happen in your inner monologue. But that's still the ego. That's like the super ego. So the ego is looked down on by the super ego, because the super ego can notice the ego and comment on the ego, but it's still not your highest consciousness. It's still judging. It's still separating. It's still trying to compartmentalize the world. But it's trying to take the higher road, It's oh no, I'm the better voice in your head. I'm the angel because I'm criticizing your lower voice, right? But really, what you really want to listen for is underneath the silence, right? So that's the beautiful of it. The idea of meditation, right? This conversation is over. Shut up, all y'all. I want to relax.
Actually, what's kind of cool, and I'm doing not Taekwondo anymore, but I'm doing Kempo, and we are actually trying to learn to not think of anything, which that is actually really hard if you ever try it, to not think of anything. And because then you have those anxieties that you were just talking about, like yesterday, I kind of got anxious because I felt like I got to do this for today, for YouTube. I got to do this. And then meanwhile, my stomach's hurting and I'm like, but if I don't get this up here, it was kind of one of those things. And I was freaking out because which I was getting more subscribers, which is amazing. I love you guys. Thank you. But I was just oh, I got to do this. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm taking a day to rest. I have to rest. Yeah. I have to rest. Otherwise, this is never going to heal. But that's that inner demon thing, going back and forth. So it's the song was really cool about getting that point across.
I want to do more Toehider, just for myself. So you guys can be expecting, and gals can be expecting more from the toe, because I'm sick of hiding them, okay? I'm sick of hiding the toe. It's everybody, we need to share the Toehider, okay? Seriously. The video had, 45,000 views, or I don't know, 55,000, I don't know. It's ridiculously small. That video deserves millions of views. Can we at least agree on that? We've seen some trash that got millions of views. That video deserves millions of views.
It'd probably be trash in our opinion, but then there'd be these people over here oh yeah, that is godly.
Thank you, Jennifer, for being here. Thank you, Eve, for being here. Thank you, Kyle, for being here. This show is special because of you guys. It's all of our personalities that makes this show, and not just mine. And so I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Everybody, all these videos are going to be on all these channels. So it's not a re-upload. It's community sharing, okay? And you're like, he's a bloody communist. And I say, well, he ain't been doing nothing if he ain't been called a red. Hey!
Nice.
We'll see you guys all next time. We'll see you next Monday. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Matthew.